Okay, so basic economic questions or basic economic decisions is the topic for today. And let's have a look on the basic idea of these questions or these decisions and how these decisions are taken in different types of economies, including free market economy, planned and mixed economy. Free market economy is a type of economy in which resources are allocated by the private individuals and companies, while planned economy is the type of economy in which resources are allocated by the government, and mixed economy is the mixture of both. Got it? So, what to produce is the first and foremost question that we have to answer, and this question relates to the selection of goods that we need to produce. And in free market economy, people produce those goods that are highly luxurious and can fetch high prices to earn high profit, right? So let's start writing about that. What to produce? What to produce is the first and foremost question to be answered in all types of economies, right? So it relates to the selection of goods to produce to be produced, right? So in free market economy, private sector produces luxury products that can fetch high price to earn high profit, earn high profit. Right. So free market economy is under the private sector. So private sector produces luxury products that are highly priced and can fetch high prices to maximize profit of the business, because main aim of every business organization in private sector is to earn maximum possible profit. Now moving to the planned economy. Planned economy is the one that is run by the government. So government produces those goods that can increase social welfare of the society instead of getting high prices and high profits, right? So next thing is like planned economy. In planned economy is run by the government. So in planned economy, government produces goods and services that can increase welfare of the society, because government doesn't aim to earn profit. Welfare of the society. What type of goods are those, such as like public and merit goods, right? Public and merit goods are the basic things that government generally produces in planned economy. And the second question that arises is how to produce, and how to produce relates to the selection of technique of production that is to be used, right? So there are like two types of techniques of production. One is called labor intensive technique and the other one is called capital intensive technique, right? Labor intensive technique is using more labor, less machines. Capital intensive technique is using more machine, less labor. And if we look into the economic systems, then like free market economy or private sector uses more capital intensive techniques that are like kind of more profitable. They cut waste, they produce greater output because machines are more productive than humans generally. And in planned economy, government uses labor intensive techniques, and labor intensive techniques are the ones in which like more labor is used instead of machines. So planned economy uses more labor intensive techniques, because in planned economy, government wants to maximize employment opportunities, right? So the second question is how to produce. That relates to the selection of goods to be produced. In free market economy, private sector uses more labor-intensive techniques. Labor-intensive techniques. In free market, private sector uses capital, not labor-intensive. Uses more capital-intensive techniques. Capital-intensive techniques are where more machines are used. Okay, so more capital-intensive techniques uh, because it wants to maximize its output and profits. लेकिन अगर if you look into the planned economy that is run by the government, तो government का aim कुछ अलग होता है. In planned economy, government produces using labor-intensive techniques. Labor-intensive techniques are where more workers and less machines are used. And government wants to use this method because its aim is to maximize employment opportunities. Right? So government produces using labor-intensive techniques because its aim is to maximize employment opportunities in the economy. Okay, so the last question that arises is for whom to produce. And for whom to produce basically relates to the selection of audience, the type of customers or consumers that will use the product, right? So if it is a free market economy where private sector produces goods and services, it aims to produce goods for the affording class, right? The people who can pay very high price so that business can earn high profit as well. So its aim is to maximize the profit and it produces goods for the affording class, financially sound people who can pay good price. But in planned economy, government produces goods for everyone because it wants to increase welfare of the society, right? The last question is for whom to produce, for whom to produce, and this question relates to the selection of type of consumers. And in free market economy, private sector produces for the affording class. Affording class means financially sound people who can pay a very good price. Financially sound consumers. Because aim of free market is to maximize profits. But in planned economy, government produces for the welfare of society. So it produces for everyone, in the society instead of keeping in mind the financially sound class. Financially sound class. Right? So private sector produces only for the affording class while government produces for everyone in the society. Right? So these are the basic economic questions, 3 basic economic questions that we have to answer in all types of economies.